Alright, I think we are ready to rock and roll. Let me adjust my microphone just a little bit. It's weird! Weird coming back and doing this. It's been so long, it feels like it's been forever. Forever and a day since I was able to sit up here and host a bit of a live stream for you guys. But what's going on, Guardians? TBL here, coming back at you for a little bit of a live stream today on this reset day. It is Tuesday, June 6th, 2017, and we are officially, if you haven't thought about it, let me lay some knowledge down on you. We are officially 6 days away from one of the biggest days of E3. E3 is technically starting this weekend on the 10th, but the Sony press conference is going to be on, it's going to be next week on the 12th, and I am ready for it, baby. I'm ready for it. Next Monday, things are going down. It's probably going to be where we learn a little bit more about Destiny 2. And I am super duper excited for it. But what's going on, guys? We're back once again. Going to be having a little bit of a live stream. A little bit late today. I was having some issues rendering the weekly reset video. It was kind of weird. Like, I think something with the CUDA architecture with my GPU might have been messing up with Vegas. Because it would get to like 99%. And then I would like lose all graphics card signal. Like my PC wouldn't shut off, I would just lose the signal from my graphics card, which essentially killed the render, and I'd have to do it again and again and again. It took me 4 times before I finally just said, screw it, messed around with Vegas' settings a little bit, set it so that it doesn't use the GPU at all and just rendered via my CPU, and it went through the first try. So I gotta figure out what that is. I might need to roll back a driver. I don't know if it was something in maybe one of the recent NVIDIA updates, but who knows? Anyways, today we are going to be running some Nightfalls, baby. That's right, going to be doing a little bit of some Nightfall action here. It's one of my favorite strikes this week. It is Sepix Perfected, the new version of Sepix Prime, and I am looking forward to jumping into that. Let's see, John's here, so you can just go ahead and join him. Going to be joined by, of course, Black Fox and Mr. Radiant Duke, whom I haven't been able to play with for a while. You get to chill with them. Oh yeah, it also reminds me, I forgot to switch my streaming setup back from graphics card encoding to CPU encoding, but that's fine. That's fine. Things are still looking good. It's just putting a little bit of extra stress on my GPU, because we are streaming at 60 FPS. I was playing a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV on stream over the weekend, and I was streaming that at 60 FPS because that game can, you know, it's PC, it's uncapped, and I forgot to swap back. So you're going to be seeing pseudo 60 FPS live streams of a 30 FPS game. Hopefully it doesn't screw you up. Anyway, let's go ahead and get John in here. You smell like a burger.
Correct.
That is correct.
In every sense of the statement.
You're correct. It's true. By the way, surprise everyone, Iron Banner's happening later today. Surprise, Jay. Iron Banner's going live. They announced that yesterday, like 18 hours ago, just out of nowhere. Iron Banner's happening. What, Jay? What's the good news? Oh yeah, by the way, for anybody who was wondering, thanks so much for everybody's concerns. You all know what's been going on last week, over the past week and a half really, with my AC. It's fixed! We had the new unit installed yesterday. It's working great. It's like a cool 75 up here right now. Feels good, baby. Also, Levic just subbed with a $4.99 sub. Welcome to the Planet Destiny channel. Guardian, you keep that light alive. Hope you enjoy your time here on PD. Take me to the tower, John.
Take you to your people? Take you to Bald Head Lady?
Take me to Bald Head. Well, actually, Bald Head Man, because I need to get my bounties, I think. What, Jay?
So take you to both. Actually, all of them are bald. The entire Vanguard is bald. I just realized.
They are all bald, aren't they? Rip. Sydney says, better jump into Koei. 2 Soul Stealer drops in the past week. Look, man, we had 2 drop last week on stream. I was mad about it. But the Challenge of Elders modifiers this week are garbage. Last week they were great. This week it's another trickle super kill bonus. And that's an L.
You want to jump into the other chat with Duke?
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and do that. Boo. Scared you, didn't I?
Oh no.
How's it going, brother?
Not too bad. I was going for you guys.
I'm great because I can breathe. I'm not sweating. I don't feel like I have to have a fan directed straight at my PC so that it doesn't burst into flames. Life is good.
That's
I
good.
think that may be what's up with your GPU. It's having heat stroke, man. It's like, long have I waited?
Nah, I mean, it was my PC was mostly fine. It's water cooled, and I have a little fan that I run near it, so it never got like above maybe 40 to 50 degrees Celsius.
Good.
Which isn't anywhere out of the norm for it. But it's good. It's good to have AC. Not having AC in the summer in the South is a gigantic L.
I mean, it's more or less a suicide mission if you're really doing that.
It is, and streaming and making content and stuff, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to make like a lot of videos for the past week, because I just couldn't sit up here for a long period of time and like record a video and then do the audio for it and then edit it and then render it. It was war.
AC just out, like the system just not functioning or something?
The compressor in the outside unit died.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, that is a giant L, and it's like a 9-year-old unit, so replacing the compressor would not have done much, so we just had to replace the outside condenser and the air handler inside the house, which was like, I'm not going to tell you guys how much it costs, but it's safe to say, big fat stacks of my fight money are gone now.
Your ass was written on a check. Paid in full.
Paid in full. It was big. You can go ahead and take us up. I got my bounty. Also, you blew chat's mind, John, when you revealed to them that all of the Vanguard leaders are bald. They're all bald.
I just suddenly realized it. I just had an epiphany. I was like, wait a minute.
They're all bald. Are there any God vendor roles this week? Let's see. The Angel's Advocate's pretty good. The Parthian Shot is pretty good this week. That's the Vanguard Pulse Rifle. The Hero Formula. This is the Hero Formula for this week. I'm trying it out because I'm a fan of this archetype of Scout Rifles. It's probably the least used archetype. It's the super fast rate of fire, low impact archetype, and life support, explosive rounds, hidden hand. Fun.
I'd feel when you forget to turn your sunrise last week because you don't play this game.
I've been doing that for the past 3 weeks, dude. On stream, people have been seeing me go, oh, well, oops.
That's all I can do.
You can take us up whenever you're ready, brother. Yo, Nim,
right.
good to see you, man.
Wait. Wait. Oh, I must have gotten a new monarchy rank up. I'll come back later.
Mr. Marvel says, does Cade's head count as bald since he's got that unicorn horn? Yes, that still counts as bald.
Horn isn't hair unless you make a mohawk, and I guess maybe question mark, but I wouldn't classify his horn as a mohawk.
Possibly.
Okay, party's hard.
Let's do it. But
You're gonna have to forgive me for my scrubness if I die live and stuff like that.
We understand you haven't been playing either.
Yeah, I was about to say, bruh, we don't play Destiny. What do you mean? I've been on Final Fantasy 14 for like the past week and a half, which I'm done.
Noticed.
I'm finally done. I'm 60 on Black Mage. I'm ready for Stormblood. I'm done for now.
Yeah, I just gotta get through Kelser's wall, and I'm good.
You want to do that today?
Maybe.
Or just go back to Metal Gear?
Or just chill.
Let me know, because I'm down either way. Nightfall this week is Sepix Prime, everyone. Arc Burn, I think Exposure's on, Catapult, and one bad modifier that I don't remember. But anyways, Iron Banner later today, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I didn't say later for us. Iron Banner for the people who want to play it. I think Lady Aphrodite is going to be bringing the Scout Rifle, the Fusion Rifle, the Helmet, and the Class item, I think, this week. So if none of that interests you, get on out, baby. Yo, Jin, good to see you, girl. Haven't spoken with you in like a week or so. Nim says he's been to Florida in the summer. He understands. Yeah, the South gets rough. You brought that in here like 2 days ago and left it on the floor, Jay. You did this. He just came in here and he sees a USB cord sitting over the side and he's like, hey, this is mine. And I'm like, yeah, it is. You brought it in here, dropped it on the ground, and then never touched it. Trying to find a working USB cable. That one, the long one, you can try it. It might not work anymore. It got dropped yesterday and the end bent. Don't worry, I already hit up Amazon with that one-click shipping. There's but I'll have a couple new ones in by tomorrow. But man, got less time than usual today because we started a half hour late. There's actually a lot of stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about because it's going to be a very busy week because of course E3 is starting on Saturday with the Microsoft press conference, baby. It's going on Saturday. We're probably going to be seeing some Project Scorpio
and Bethesda conference, I think, right?
I think that's on Sunday.
No, that's on Saturday.
Yeah. EA is Saturday, and then Microsoft is Sunday.
Oh, Microsoft Sunday. Oh, okay. I know that Bethesda's on the same day as Microsoft.
Yeah, dude. So a lot of exciting stuff going on this week. We're going to be learning. I guarantee you will be learning more about Destiny 2 very soon.
Please. I need this in my life.
Me too.
You show the same trailer and get nothing new.
I'd be so upset.
Well,
All
I mean,
we're gonna do is get a beta date, and that's it.
Well, I mean, we are getting. They basically the people at E3 are going to be playing the same build of the game that was at the D2 event. Yeah,
right.
They're just going to have Arcstrider available for play. So, not too much different going on there, but I'd imagine we're probably going to be at least learning the beta date. Hopefully, it's soon. But going to be
July late.
No, hopefully it's going to be next week. Ow.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Great.
Boomer Nights. Watch out for him. Mark Byrne.
Oh no.
But Sony's press conference is going to be next Monday at I think they do theirs at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, so 6 p.m. Pacific. But so there's a lot of stuff to be excited about. So much stuff to be excited about. Yo, iFornix, this week is King's Fall for the weekly featured raid. Absolutely. But in addition to that, there's also going to be a topic brought up by Mr. Blackvox today. Because this man decided it was a good idea to wake me up today with
I didn't wake you up. I pinged you because you were...
With a 750-word dissertation on why Destiny is bad. And
I didn't say it was bad.
I'm gonna let him take over and explain this. I want you to start. So you're in my class, John. I want you to start with the title of your paper, the subject of it, and then the data held with it. Yeah, and I
sent me the file.
You are in front of the class right now. You are going to give us the title of your paper. You are going to give us the subject of it, and then you are going to get to the details of it.
I've got a burger teacher.
You got a big teacher.
No. What's in it for me? If I give a good presentation.
You don't.
I'll buy you an ice creamsicle. You may have one ice creamsicle.
Just one?
Just perhaps one more if it's a good paper.
Alright. So the title of the file that I sent Sean earlier this morning, it was at like 10 o'clock when I sent it to him, but I pinged him around like 9:30 asking me if you use scripts for videos, but I figured if I wrote this for you, you could actually use it as a video. So I sent it to him, and immediately the first thing that catches his eye is just the name of the actual file, and it's called "Bungie are the supreme cucklords of balancing.
Oh no. I think I know where this is going.
I feel like we've talked about balancing a lot on this stream and a lot on the channel because it's such a hot topic of debate and criticism. But this morning I decided to take it into my own hands and started doing like a little bit of digging on at least some other opinions on what balancing should be like, and a couple other things like the psychology behind balancing, risk versus rewards, nerfs versus buffs, what it does to the at least speculatively to the human brain, how our brains read nerfs versus buffs in terms of loss versus gain. So the first idea that I wanted to bring up is I don't know if either of you are familiar with a theory called loss aversion.
Correct.
Which it states that losses hurt twice as much as gains of a similar caliber. So let's say Bungie nerfed something. So for instance, like Sunsinger Flame Shield, nerfed it, but didn't give you anything. So in that instance, the loss hurt twice as much as anything that they were going to give you. Let's say they nerf Flame Shield, but buff Brimstone to be like somewhat decent, usable. Like the knockback was, palpable. It was definitely usable. But doesn't matter because since you lost something, your brain automatically reads that as, oh, this just sucks. Like buff to Brimstone, like a sizable buff to Brimstone is not going to compensate for my loss of Flame Shield or that nerf to Flame Shield, and that's loss aversion. And maybe that wasn't the best example using Brimstone, but think about Brimstone just in like a good facet, like the knockback does like half an enemy's bar if they like hit a wall or something. Say if I knock something into a wall, it does like half their red bar or half their shield or something, something of that sort. But your brain is so caught up with the loss of Flame Shield, doesn't care. It's just like, yeah, I mean, I've lost something. I don't care if Bungie gives me like one thing. And the thing about that, okay, so Sean, let's say I rolled a die and I said that even numbers, you win $10. Or no, you lose $10. If I roll a die and it lands on an even number, a 2, 4, or 6, you would lose $10. How much would it take for you to play if on odds you won? How much money would it have to be at stake for you to say, okay, I'm gonna risk playing this? If the loss was $10, how much would it have to be for you to win?
100.
Jesus. Studies show
gotta make a profit.
Cases like this that the typical human being would say $20. Twice
as much as they would lose, yeah.
Twice as much as I would lose. Because I need to gain twice as much for me to not feel like a loss is anything substantial. So I gain more than I would lose if I win this, which is what the human brain wants to do as far as satisfying those pleasure sensors and serotonin.
Well, and correct, and to interject for a moment here, this actually has a lot to do with human psychology. And to relate it to the kind of setting we're in right now, if anybody out there is a content creator or has done any sort of work, like Nim, I'm sure he could identify with this. Yeah. You remember the negative comments much more than you do the positive ones. You can get 100 positive comments, but that one negative comment where somebody says something mean to you will be the one that always stands out to you. This is the same sort of psychological system where your brain will register the loss with more weight than it does the gain. Yes, that is a very real thing. Oh no. You may continue.
So loss aversion is also used in marketing. So Sean, let's say Arby's is bringing back the Smokehouse Mountain. After not having it on the menu. Let's say you didn't go and get it during the 3 or 4 months when it was offered. For some reason, not saying that's what you did, but for some reason during the months that they offered the Smoke Mountain, which is one of your favorite sandwiches, you didn't go get it. Your brain is so caught up with, damn, I didn't get that sandwich. I really wanted it. Like I really wanted to eat that sandwich. So you're caught up in that loss, and you feel twice as bummed than well, not twice as bummed than and if you would have got it, but you feel bummed nonetheless because you didn't get the sandwich. So marketing campaigns use this to basically force you, or not force you, or try and force your hand to like buy their product. Like, hey, it's gonna go away quick because timed exclusives are timed exclusives. Yep. Like pre-order bonuses for certain games. You know?
That artificial scarcity triggers that in your brain. It says, "Oh, you got to do it now. You got to do it. This could be your only chance to get this thing," and your brain doesn't want to lose that opportunity. Perfect. Keep going.
So, in Sean's case, he would lose out on the Smokehouse Mountain, or the Smoke Mountain, which would make him really, really sad.
Really sad about it.
Sean would be profound sadly about it, or profound sadness. So in gaming, this actually like coincides with buffing and nerfing. Like I said earlier, if you nerf something, it hits you twice as hard than if you buff something. So when it can be argued that nerfing is necessary to prevent the game from becoming unplayable, there are plenty of other options that devs can do to enforce a method that will avoid making everyone like just profoundly sad. In the case of Bungie, they really just nerfed everything and then questioned stuff later. In terms of just power dipping, which was the meta that we've been playing in since what, like start of Taken King?
Almost 2 years.
Like Bungie really didn't do a whole lot to really incentivize players for any checks and balances. They just nerfed everything and said, all right, we're not going to buff anything really too much. We're going to try and play it safe because we don't want another fiasco. And for a developer's mind, more options means more to balance. It means if there are more options in the game for players to use, I'm going to have a harder time balancing that. I'm going to have a harder time going into the code and fixing stuff the more options there are, which some devs, because of that, want to scale back. You look at Destiny 2, for instance, look at our subclass trees. Very scarce, very simplified. Because Bungie doesn't want a lot of options that they have to balance. However, options for the player are almost just as important as balance. If something is problematic in the first month of Destiny 2, and our subclasses, however scarce they may be, are not equipped to deal with it, we may be screwed until Bungie steps in. Like, we need options to cover certain things, and that's kind of my concern going forward, is that will we have the options necessary to counter certain things, at least in PvP mostly, or if something's so centralizing in PvE that it overshadows a lot of the other classes. For instance, I don't see that happening, at least in PvE, at least from the first month. I assume that people are going to have a lot of class diversity in like the first 1 to 3 months of the game's life cycle.
And of course, Bungie, should probably know how to build their game from the ground up. So I'd say there's a small chance of that happening.
For instance, balancing can take a few angles. Like you look at Blizzard, they like to employ a give and take system, which actually plays into the loss aversion psychology from earlier. They like to take something away from you, but they like to give you one or two things back. Like in an upcoming private test, Roadhog's getting changed. For those who don't know, Roadhog's used a big fat glutton who shoots a garbage gun, and he's really good right now because he can literally hook you if you're squishy and just shoot you once in the head and you're dead. And that's problematic, and they've already nerfed him like 3 times like in the past 6 months. So for him, they are going to increase his bullet spreads by 33%, so the one shots are much more scarce. So basically saying if you hook someone, you can't one shot them like you used to, unless you like position yourself perfectly.
Yeah.
So Blizzard does not like the hook one shot combo that Roadhogs have been using for the past year. So they're increasing his bullet spread by 33%, but they're also giving him another bullet in his gun. They're buffing his mag size from 4 to 5, and they're also increasing his fire rate by 30%. This is an example of taking something away from you that is really like key to your character, but also giving back to you. So it tries to lessen the blow of losing that. And since they didn't give you one, but gave you two things, your brain's thinking, I mean, it's still bad, but I'm getting this instead. But for the people that play the character a lot, they already know that the thing they're taking away is pretty substantial. But again, they're giving us two things, so I guess I can't be like furious. You know, if they just took that away and did nothing else, it'd be riots. It'd be absolute riots.
Yeah.
Like Roadhog main would come in full force. It's like, okay, we have to contend with Diva's defense matrix, which is busted right now, Zarya's energy, and Winston seeing a whole lot of play right now, even though Roadhog counters Winston. But we're not going to get into a whole Overwatch meta analysis. I'm just using that as an example that other characters could have been nerfed or buffed. But Roadhog was the single target, and they chose to give two things but take one away, which lessened the blow of taking that one thing away. And when you're nerfing something, for it to be warranted and play into the fun factor of your game, there have to be three viewpoints that you have to, or at least three of these viewpoints that you have to consider. Does the nerf make the game more exciting? Let's say in Destiny's case, can you guys think of a nerf that made the game exciting?
When they nerfed Thorn, I was no longer raging and creeping.
Was that exciting for you?
No, but you lose the excitement of that thrill of
the thrill of two tapping.
Of that, did I get that two tap? Did he get that two tap? I would say any nerf that was exciting.
Any nerf that was exciting. Was there any nerf that just made you say, boy, I really want to play that now, or I really want to use that now?
Definitely not.
They may think, how do nerfs make something exciting? It doesn't make it exciting for that character unless they change something that gives you a new way to play.
Yeah.
Let's say they changed Lightning Nade. So now it does, it takes a second like Trip Mine does, like they're doing in Destiny 2 with Lightning Nade, but it does like 3 quick pulses. It makes you excited to play that class. Granted, it's a nerf because the fuse time is cranked up and it's not going to have the same utility, but it'll do like 3 little like burst pulses with like less damage or something. Like,
wait, did you guys grab your bounties before we?
I haven't got them yet, but I'll just grab it quick. But nerfs can also make the game exciting for people that don't play that class. Let's say you're playing Sunsinger and there's a big like Titan nerf. Let's say you're a Stormcaller during the first month of taking King and you're happy because Sunbreakers are getting neutered to beyond belief.
So December 2015.
Yeah, exactly. So for you as a Sunsinger main, you are just peachy keen. You are ready to go. So that makes you excited to play the game because another class is getting hit. But at the same time, if another class is getting hit, sometimes we recognize that they may have gone too far. We sympathize that for the health of the game, sometimes other classes don't need to be nerfed, like Blade Dancer or Sunsinger for some people. I personally didn't think that Sunsingers need to be nerfed, but that's just me. And I don't really play Sunsinger. I thought they were fine. You just need to buff everything else, like give a overshield on hit to defenders instead of on kill.
Which, by the way, I thought of a nerf that made me excited.
What was that?
The nerf to Valis or Omnigul.
Okay, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a change in PvE. Valus's health in year 1 was literally a damn tank.
Yeah.
And then they nerfed his health. They're like, oh boy, I can just go melt him with Gallahorn. I'm excited. Sometimes a nerf is healthy for the game. It's, sometimes devs need to nerf. Too much is, well, too much. Another thing is, does that nerf make for more creative strategies? In the case of Viking Funeral in PvE, yeah, it made for more creative strategies. Using Viking Funeral to add more damage was a new creative strategy, and it was a nerf at its core for PvP, and for PvE, it just kind of became a beautiful accident that, hey, this is more damage if I just put him on.
It created a new utility in PvE.
Yeah.
Which actually kind of goes to the argument that PvE and PvP should be balanced separately, but that's a whole nother thing that Bungie continues to ignore.
I will get into. The third thing is that does it allow the player to express themselves in ways that you could not previously. In this case, vampire build from taking King Voidwalkers. I couldn't play that class back in the day. I mean, yeah, it was a buff instead of a nerf, but for a change to be fit into your fun factor, it has to provide a new way to play the class that you could otherwise not previously, and be fun about it. Let's say there was a nerf to a certain, I don't know. I guess fighting games would be like a good example. Like Ryu in Street Fighter 4. They changed his Shoryuken, which is his wake up Dragon Punch, or not his wake up, his just his Dragon Punch. Before you spin 2 meters of a bar, and you could do a safe Shoryu on block.
Mm-hmm.
But they did a nerf to where you couldn't spin meter and be safe with the strong Shoryu. There's weak Shoryu and strong Shoryu. If you do strong Shoryu, you just go up and you risk the hit. But it created a new option to say, hey, I'm not afraid of you. I'm just gonna go for the strong Shoryu, and if you're just gonna stand there and hold it, too bad. I'm not afraid to risk a little bit of life to hit you with this strong Shoryu. That's just an example from a fighting game. I know they're completely separate games, but it's still the principle applies to buffs and nerfs.
Yeah.
The nerf might be balanced, or it might have balanced the game in terms of bringing a character or class down in terms of what they thought Sunsingers were doing to PvP. It might have brought them down to the rest of the cast, but balance is kind of worthless if it's just for the sake of balance. There needs to be like unique elements that give an incentive for someone to play that class. Like if they just neutered the class like they did with Sunbreakers, just absolutely slaughtered it. Do you know what the usage numbers are for Sunbreakers nowadays in a PvE?
I'd imagine not very high outside of solar burn weeks.
Correct. They used to be abnormally high. Granted, it was the I guess the first 3 months of Taken King, but they had a place because they could put out mass amounts of damage. They could heal up with Cauterize in PvE and PvP, and overall the class was good. But after they neutered it to hell and back, no one plays that class. And the same thing with Blade Dancer's happening. It's like no one plays that class.
I got stuck. That's true.
You gotta sit there and smell it, Sean. Smell that wizard poop.
Actually, it was forklift poop. I got stuck on the forklift.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I gotta switch over my gun. I didn't have time to. Oopsie.
You're good. Yo, Das Angel, yes, Iron Banner is going to be later today. It's going to be the Supremacy game mode. The items that will be on sale are the Scout Rifle, the Fusion Rifle, the Helmet, and the Class item.
Please don't smirk me. Okay, I'm good. I'm coming to get you, son.
Just watch your butt.
Through the rain of smelly boomers.
Floating bubble. I like that.
Duke's got it. But back to what I was saying, there needs to be unique elements that give an incentive for someone to play that class. Like, should they have nerfed Flame Shield or given another class like Defender with the same example I used earlier? Should they have been given a Overshield on hit instead of kill to like bring that class up to at least like give them something that they didn't previously have? Something of that sort. Like, there needs to be an incentive to play that class. You can't just keep nerfing it into oblivion until no one uses it.
Yeah, which is their weapon balance philosophy, it seems.
that's also a component is the weapon balance as well. Ow. Mans are shooting me and I don't like it.
Aw.
The wizard is suppressed.
He did.
Grid's clear. Let's get out of here.
TBL, was that a hothead? It is the hothead. Because I'm a hipster, and it was the only arc rocket launcher I had on me at the time.
You're taking after Jay. Why don't you use an LMG?
Because I had an arc rocket launcher.
I'm not hating.
You should be. It's a bad rocket. The hothead is such a bad rocket launcher. But continue, sir.
What about next? I'm looking at my sheet right now.
He's looking at his paperwork.
His sermon.
There's only like 2 more points that I really want to touch on. I'm not going to get into weapon balance too much. I'm just going to make a small mention of it. Can you think of what other than like Viking Funeral? Can y'all think of any times that they just took away abilities? Oh yeah, like Juggernaut in Destiny 2 just took it off, just removed it entirely.
Yep.
Yeah, like hard nerfs, like taking abilities away can like kill one of the previous points that I made. It can kill excitement, and it should be reserved for just extreme cases.
Yeah.
Like, let's say something was so over-centralizing that they needed to remove it, like self-res.
Self-res, yeah.
So over-centralizing that self-res was the only thing being used in PvP. Theoretically. That is an extreme case that, okay, we may need to nerf this. We may need to take this ability out. And that has happened in previous franchises. Something has been so broken that they just say, just axe it and get it out of here. We need to take it out. But I feel like it should be reserved for those extreme cases where it's over-centralizing or it's something that the community cannot solve on its own. If something is so broken to the point where we don't have counters to it, it needs to be removed from the game. And that's a concern going into Destiny 2 with our limited perk pool, is that will we have all of the tools necessary to counter and play around other things, because our perk settings or our perk bubbles are so scarce. We don't have as much as we did in this game. At least looking at it that way.
Yeah, they are a lot more simplified.
It's more simplified, which means Bungie doesn't want to balance as much. It's another like hint of, hey, we didn't like balancing the first game, so let's just simplify it down and see if we can contain the problems. And I hope they can, because if they don't, they're gonna have to step in and do something if we as a player base can't do anything about it. Think about this. Yeah, so going forward into 2, if we have a state in which the game's balance is so undesirable, at least for a competitive scene, we need certain tools. And I know they've touched on and said that they're not going to have private matches at launch, but we really need private settings. One of the first things, if it's busted at launch, oh boy. Like, if the devs get into a power dip mentality like they did in Destiny 1,
Right off the bat.
we're gonna
Yeah.
need settings. Like, we're gonna need a lot of settings that we didn't have in this game. Like, we're gonna need the ability to buff primary damage, like 1.1, 1.2 times, 1.3 times, etc. The ability to take away heavy from maps and such, if heavies are too over centralizing. Here's a bubble, Sean.
Thank you.
Like, we need features that we didn't have in this game. Like, we need Halo features, basically.
We need the Forge.
We do. Bungie was given an insane amount of slack when it came to this game, and we will not give them the same slack. Just because
I think that's fair
this
to say, yeah.
had never been done on a scale like this, there's no reason that we should give them the same amount of slack that we did with this game. They haven't earned it. They haven't earned it for us to give them slack, honestly.
Yeah.
They need to earn that back with answering a lot of the community's concerns moving forward into Destiny 2, and swiftly. Like, you can't be waiting 3 months to like have a change. You need to wait a month, see if the community has found any counters to it. If we have a as a player base have not figured it out, you start talking about it. You start acting quick. Well,
Yeah, I can absolutely agree with that. In Destiny 2, we can't have any more of these, what do they call it, seasons, where they go 6, 7 months, almost a year, without having any sort of balance update. That I don't think can be tolerated in Destiny 2. Especially since, you know, the game is going to have probably a wider reach than the first game had. Ooh, especially with it being on PC and all that.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that I never agreed with that philosophy of having seasons, as they called it. Oh my goodness. Calm down, Sepix. Where we could go half a year with some blatantly unbalanced gameplay and not have them address it.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be a possibility in 2.
Yep. And they cannot get it into a power dip unless they give us more private match settings. If they don't give us the bare minimum like they gave us in this game will not be competitive on PC or console.
Yeah.
If they get into that power dip mentality, if they do the same thing that they did here, it just won't work.
Oh, was that it? Was that the end?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. I agree. Wow. Jeez. Carried.
I was talking, so yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
Duke. Now I can focus.
Thanks, Duke, for carrying us.
I mean, I got my just reward too. So
You did. You got exactly what you deserved. A non-perfect ghost.
just what I wanted.
Jason Lopez says drought seasons. Yeah, that was one of the things. I agree and disagree with a lot of the choices Bungie's made, but them not addressing blatantly unbalanced gameplay for like 6 to 7 months at a time, I never understood that. And hopefully that's not going to be a thing in Destiny 2. Oh, I got a last ditch.
I just don't know why. Well, I mean, I know why they're dumbing down too, as far as our perks go, is because they don't want a lot to balance it. They want to control it. They want to have a choke grip on all of the classes. At least the ones from Destiny 1 that we know how they play: Gunslinger, Striker, I guess Voidwalker, if it's coming back, we still don't know that. But they want to have a control on those classes, because even though those 3 were not problematic in Destiny 1 most of the time, at least Gunslinger and Striker, I mean, Striker Jug was, but they already took that out of the game. That's
Rip.
one of the examples of just a big chokehold, that they want to control these classes. I think the big question mark is, how are they going to control the new classes that haven't seen any player interaction behind them? Like, we've seen Dawnblade in some of the PvP and PvE gameplay, and I'm sure they're going over that constantly, as well as doing their private testings, which they need to do those on public tests, and they need to do those over.
I guess that's what the beta's gonna be.
Yeah, gather more data. It's just they need to give players more options to counter things. Right now, we have a lot of options to counter a lot of problems. It's just the thing that we've also received quite a bit of nerfs. They haven't left it in the hands of the player for too long. They had that big nerf, and then from there it was just a downward spiral. We never really got a chance to right the ship, so to speak. Like, we got class adjustments like 2-3 months out the gate when they weren't really too problematic. I think we got like a Blade Dancer adjustment 3 months after. We got
the first nerf to the Suros regime and the Vex Mythoclast was like a couple
the auto
months
rifle
into it.
meta, which really didn't get a chance to play out too much. Then led into the hand cannon meta. Then the hand cannon meta. It's just they never gave us a lot of like options to really counter. And some things were problematic, like Thorn and Last Word, like the 111s that they couldn't fix. It's problematic. Like, if you can't fix that stuff, then take the 111s out of the game, which they did. If you can't counter Thorn in a standard setting, then just nerf it. And those nerfs were fine because they were over centralizing guns, at least looking at it from outside in. For as far as using those guns and recognizing, yeah, I use this gun, yes, it's overpowered, I have to because the meta is like this. And for those types of metas, nerfing was fine, but don't hit the entire archetype of hand cannons.
Yeah,
that was a bit too far. It's just like, oh, we can just hit these two problematic guns, Last Word and Thorn, it'll be fine.
You mean to tell me that that guns like the Red Hand 9 didn't need a nerf? What do you mean? What do you? Temur's Lash didn't need a nerf? What do you mean? Yeah.
What was some of the other ones?
Devil you know, devil you don't. All those legendary year 1 hand cannons that were such a problem, right?
One from the Crucible was the one I remember. I forget what it was called. It was really good. Really good.
Lord High Fixer.
But we don't. Yeah, Lord High Fixer. We don't need gun seasons. We need gun. At least we need guns to mesh into each other. Like, we need there to be. Well, there's always going to be one class or one archetype of a specific weapon class that will probably rule. Tweak those back. Don't touch anything else. Let the meta settle how it settles, unless something really needs to be touched. Don't just nerf an entire like weapon type just because 2 guns are doing good.
Yeah.
Am I joining you, Sean?
Oh yeah, I'm in orbit. You guys can join up on me whenever you've got your bounties.
I don't really care about my bounty now.
I mean, I suppose at the end you're just gonna get 3 of coins anyway, so
Pretty much, yeah.
why worry about the rest of the rewards, right? Well, all right, John. Is that the end of your report?
Yeah, I would say so. Just as like a TLDR or didn't listen, just like we need more options. Bungie, don't be cucks. About it. And understand human psychology. When you nerf something, you're going to have riots if you don't give us something back.
Yeah, because they definitely haven't gone with that whole nerf one thing, buff 2 other things. And there was a company
Viking
talked about that.
Like the Viking Funeral is the only thing, but they gave it for PvE.
Yeah.
Like PvP, the only thing that it can be used for is, oh, throw a solar nade in on a doorway. Oh, my teammate sitting across sightline can just 2-shot him now because he's got Viking Funeral on him, or there's a firebolt on him or something. I don't see the use of that in PvP too much. You don't see situations that the new Viking Funeral comes into play, but
yeah, I mean it's just a nice little way to get some bonus damage. But it was a good change. It was a smart change for PvE. So okay, that was, I think that was a good report. It was well written, had a lot of detail in it. Your prose was a little wonky. I'd say B-.
All right.
No, I pretty much
We'll take it.
I pretty much agree with everything in there, man. This is conversations you and I have had for almost 3 years now, when it comes to balance in Destiny, and yeah, I agree. I can't think of too much in there that I don't agree with, especially the whole lost aversion thing. That's absolutely true. And I can't remember who it was, but some gaming company talked about that like a year or two ago. In relation to balancing their game, they wanted to make sure that they were always, for every big nerf they were doing, there had to be something that they were giving to the players, some kind of buff. Shoot, it might have even been Division. When I'm thinking about it.
They are so good about that. They like to buff and nerf pretty. They're pretty intellectual when it comes to their buffs and nerfs.
Well, because they want to satisfy that psychological need for not just taking stuff away from players. And maybe it was Blizzard that talked about it. I don't know. There was some gaming company that talked specifically about the lost aversion or the loss aversion bit of psychology when it comes to balancing their game. And it's absolutely right, man.
I'm at 360. Oh.
You got your skull cap on, don't you?
Yeah. I didn't take it off when I played last. We use this class I don't usually use.
But I think you made a lot of good points, and we know that Destiny 2's already going to be a slower game when it comes to movement, and certainly when it comes to weapons. At least from what we saw on PvP, it's going to be a slower meta game. We'll see how that works. I haven't played it, I can't say.
Yeah.
But I hope. All I say is I hope they learn lessons from Destiny 1.
One would hope.
Where are you going? We will see. That ship looks like the Monte Carlo. Thank you, fam. I think the Monte Carlo looks pretty good, so I take that as a compliment. So there we go. I guess this is the point where I'd look at the rest of the class and ask them for their input. So, chat, you guys are the rest of the class. What do you guys think about Bungie balance? Your hopes for Destiny 2? Drop the bubble by forklift? Oh, she did.
I don't play this class.
Obviously, I don't either, because this is a weapons bubble.
You have failed this city.
No, I haven't, because it's still a blinding bubble.
Huh. And that I will take.
I'm a hero. I'm a god-dang hero.
God-dang hero.
I'm a god-dang hero.
I think to sum it up, do it better, Bungie. Do it better.
Do better. Yeah, I can always agree with that. Do better.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, especially for the PC community, and how they'll react to.
Oh no. It was the explosion sword combo. Oh no.
That was hilarious to watch.
Bade says points to a fundamental need for a separation of PvE and PvP balance. Yes! Thank you! That's been necessary since Destiny 1. Dreadnought says Bungie needs to learn a bit about reworks from Square Enix. I read up on how exactly they're going to change Bard, and boy, am I excited to play that. Dude, a little over a week away. If you pre-ordered, you know, and you've got the early access. You guys can pull it. Bad juju is broken. Rip. Hopes for Destiny 2 from I4 and I. More vault space. I hope so too.
How dare you?
Just got to deal with it.
Don't worry about it.
With what he just put in your
I will.
hand. Black Flag says Luke Smith said split tuning is going to be a thing in his interview with Fireteam Chat. I need to see that interview then, because I had no idea about that.
Really?
That sounds good. I'm a little concerned that they're using a term like split tuning. They're so weird. But they're so weird when they pretend that official
They
terms.
want everything to feel the same in PvE as it does in PvP.
And that's a bad idea, and it's proven to not work in games like Destiny or MMOs. But I was talking about with their terminology. Like, they say, oh, we don't like to use the term dedicated server. Oh, we don't like to use, we prefer the term split tuning rather than, just separation of PvE and PvP balance. Boy, why you pretend to use weird terms, weirdo?
Anything so complicated.
But whatever,
No reason.
whatever it is, yeah, that's good. We need a split between PvE and PvP. MMOs like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV and others discovered a long time ago. You have to balance your PvE and PvP separately. You have to. It just does not work. I remember when class abilities still worked and weren't normalized in WoW. And it was just like, alright, well, Same thing in Final Fantasy XIV. It would be like, class abilities aren't normalized. Paladins are unkillable.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you love those days.
I do, because I like being unkillable. And I'm still mostly unkillable. But whatever. It's whatever. Bungie never gave us back our extra rocket for truth. Those bastages. I thought they did. It's just an extra rocket in the magazine now. Rather than in the tube.
Oh, you mean in the reserves?
In the mag. Not in your clip.
Mag and clip, the same thing, fam.
Not really. Not really.
I don't believe.
Big trick. I've been
But
using
yeah,
mag all along.
They gave you an extra round in your reserves rather than in the clip, or rather than in the tube, since it's a rocket, which is dumb. Dumb and smelly.
I agree with that strategy.
Are you using bolt caster?
Boltcaster?
Was
No,
it?
should
Oh,
not
okay.
be.
I thought you were using bolt caster. I was like, question mark? That's a good idea. I should use that.
Oh. I thought I died. Misblinked.
Captain, man.
I got it.
No, you don't.
Forget, I'm not using Sunsinger. You got it, Sean.
Thank you, sir. Hold that. Shield is down.
Really?
Oh no, he disappeared. Never mind.
I was about to say, Dreg, where are you going?
To his homeland, question mark?
Look at that reload speed! Thank you, Force Barrier, for all that you gave. Weapons bubble by back room. Let's back up into it, John.
Ooh, I like you.
No idea where the captain is. It's
Probably
void,
down
so
below.
he's, yeah,
I am
probably down
captain
below.
now.
Oh no! Got my bubble. Leave me alone. Alright, captain's up by me. Come on in. You won't. Do it. Do it. I hate that shot. That's something I hope disappears in Destiny 2. That cooldown you have on snipers before you can fire after you reload. Oh no.
Bubble's gone. Shield's down. I can't shoot him. There's too many, man.
Too many. Yeah, just go hide, dude. Yeah, Jen. That reload speed, right, baby? Yeah. Force barrier. Big. Did I also
Shadow Jack Duke?
Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, that's also why. It was spray and play and force barrier. Big. We take those here.
Right.
There we go. Nightfall's complete.
I guess they didn't factor us into the plan.
Any wrench we can throw in there works.
That captain was such a wuss. He was spooked. He was scared about it.
One hell of a wrench.
Is that raid gear you're wearing? Partially. I've got the Wrath the Machine raid chest piece. Actually, yeah. The Vault of Glass, or the Wrath the Machine raid gauntlets, Vault of Glass raid chest piece, and Wrath boots. Das Boot. So Nim says he only confirmed split tuning for subclasses so far. Weapons not officially confirmed yet. Okay. Subclass split tuning, or tuning is good. That's good. Still a dumb word for it. Split tuning, but whatever.
I take it that that is referencing Splatoon, how they run.
That's it. Yeah, it's obviously a Splatoon reference. Referencing a true marvel of third-person shooting.
There you go, man.
Head to the tower, drop some of this stuff off. And then what do you say we go and get some of our treasures?
Yes.
I need those for this week. For things. Oh, King's Fall is this week. Do you want to run that, John?
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe we'll do that for tomorrow's stream.
Sounds good. I'll let Andrew know if he wants to do that.
Okay. Get the boys together, do a little bit of King's Fall rating. Yeah, just like Nintendo, it's not a beta, it's a global test fire. Yeah, Nintendo's really weird with the goofy names. But hey, by the way, did you guys see the Pokemon Direct? We're
Don't want to talk about it.
we're getting a new version of Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that tells a parallel story because reasons.
I don't like it.
But you know what we're not getting? A
Pokemon
Nintendo
Stars.
Switch version of it. Yeah, we're getting Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for the Nintendo 3DS rather than the Nintendo Switch. And I'm a little mad about it. Just a little bit.
Where's that tweet that I saw? Ah, here it is. You thought it was Pokemon Switch, but it was me, 3DS.
It was me, 3DS. I mean, we're getting Pokken Tournament Deluxe, yet another Wii U port. Expect to see a lot of those as the year goes on. But
Recycling their old crap.
well, I mean, because it didn't, get the exposure they wanted on Wii U, because nobody bought Wii U. So I'm not mad about that. But the fact that we're getting this Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon for 3DS and not for Switch, that bums me out. That was a perfect opportunity. We know that the 3DS is probably on its last legs. The Switch is probably going to be Nintendo's, mobile front now. Since it's perfect for that. You don't need to come out with like another 3DS variant. You've got the Switch, which is the perfect mobile variant for a console. It provides a home console experience on the go. And, ooh, take a look at this whale here. Alright, so no range boosters, but it's got True Sight, Sure Shot, Explosive, Quick Draw, Hammer Forge, Outlaw, Firefly. Alright, so we got a little bit of a range boost. It's not rifled, but that means I can have me a Explosive Rounds, Hammer Forge, Firefly, or Explosive Rounds, Outlaw, Firefly roll. That's a little crispy. We might try that out. But, this was a perfect opportunity for them to transition over into Pokemon on a home console. And it's like, why would you not take that? Why would you look at that opportunity to bring us a more solid, more powerful Pokemon experience, and then say, nah, we're gonna make it 3DS?
Nah, fam.
Nah. Oh yeah, I guess Kaisuke is right. 3DS lives to fight another day. Questionable decisions by Nintendo.
No, I think it's a good decision to at least extend the long of the platform. It's like, how do we keep the 3DS alive? Man, just put another Pokemon game on it.
Put another Pokemon game on it, yeah.
That'll keep it alive for another 6 to 12 months.
But it's a Black 2, White 2 situation here, where they're putting a game that just came out last year on it.
But it wasn't Black and White. Black and White was already kind of a subpar Pokemon, and then they went ahead and made to it. Sun and Moon was actually one of the best Pokemon games made in years. I mean, I'm not too mad about it, but it does share some similarities. Like, you're right. I mean, I think we talked about it before we started the stream, that it's just like a Black and White situation. Black and Black 2 and White 2. It's just like, those are not good enough.
Yeah. Black Flag says, we don't speak of Gen 5. It was bad.
It was.
It wasn't great. And I would actually argue, John, that Sun and Moon is one of the best Pokemon games we've ever gotten.
For sure. For sure. Not as good as Gen 2, though.
Not as good as Gen 2, but hey, we're getting Gen 2 back because, hey, baby, they're finally releasing Gold and Silver on 3DS Virtual Console. So, and Jay chimes in from the other room, okay, I'll play that. Yeah. Sun and Moon. I mean, modders, injected that years ago, but whatever. We'll take it.
But now you can take your Gen 2 Pokemon, put it in the Pokebank, and put it on your Gen 7 platform.
Good stuff. Terry says the install base is too small compared to the 3DS. I wouldn't. That's not a problem at all. That's not a problem at all. The install base for the Switch started off good. It's growing at an insane rate. Nintendo hasn't seen the kind of console market share and push that it's seeing with the Switch since the original Nintendo Wii. And I think
the marketing for the Wii U was trash.
The marketing for the Wii U was trash, and they made so many mistakes with the Wii U. But with the Switch, calling it the Wii U was one of the biggest mistakes there. They should not have tried to tie that to the success of the Wii. Yep. But with the Switch, they've made good marketing decisions. It's got plenty of advertisements out there. It's got, despite the fact that it doesn't have a lot of games on it, the games that are on it are really, really good. And the most important factor, they got lucky. People actually latched on to this console and said, okay, this thing is cool. Demand for it is through the roof. So not only has it sold well, yet John still can't get one. So not only has this thing sold well, it's advertised well, the demand for it is massive, and announcing a Pokemon game for it, going into E3, announcing a mainline Pokemon game for the Switch with the hype that's already around the console, yeah, nut. Oh. Yeah, screw this. I'm not wasting my last 30 minutes on you, wretched eye, you filthy pleb. Nobody want to be here. Nobody want to smell you. But, yeah, announcing that on the Switch, that would be like... oh my goodness, that would solidify the Switch's place this year as being the must-get console. More so than the Scorpio, more so than the PS4 Pro. The Switch would be the must-get console with that.
That would be like throwing Squidward into an aircraft hangar full of Krabby Patties. Go straight to his thighs, and then he blew up.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? Oh man, it says the strike is Garbodor. Keep the Pokemon memes coming up in chat, please. I appreciate that. What's your favorite strike, TBL? Probably either Sepix Prime or the Nexus.
Echo Chamber for me. Speed run.
Yeah, speed run nuts. Nut. Doom Spikeinator says, but Switch has crap for games, terrible engineering for the controllers, and charging port location, battery is trash for a mobile console, and accessories are stupidly expensive. I can agree with some of that. The Switch does not have crap for games. Some of the few, unless you mean crap numbers, because yeah, there's not a lot of games on the Switch. But the games that are available are great. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is great. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is great, if you didn't spend like 800 hours on Mario Kart 8 unlocking everything. Hold on, because I want to go through his comment piece by piece. Let's see. Terrible engineering for the controllers. If you didn't buy the Pro controller, what are you doing? The Switch's Pro controller is, like, in my opinion, the best Nintendo controller since the GameCube. It is a fantastic controller. I don't use the Joy-Cons outside of, like, connected to the Switch. Like, I don't disconnect them and use the grips at all. I use them connected to the Switch console itself, so I can't really speak on that. They are very small, so I could see how that would be really, really uncomfortable. Okay, Doom says, yeah, he means crap numbers, not crap games. Yeah, I can agree with that. The number of games available is really small, which is why it would have been really important. It's really important right now for Nintendo to push the games that are coming to the console, which thankfully is what they're going to be focusing on at E3.
That's right.
This thing feels crispy. Oh, if they announce a Metroid game, dude, it's over.
Metroid.
Like,
It is over.
if they announce Metroid, which, dude, Retro Studios has been working on something for the past few years. We know that they've
it's
got...
Metroid.
They-
Let's be real.
Let's be real, because they've
They
announced...
hired Deus Ex Composer. Like, what is he?
That ain't for a Donkey Kong game. And like they've been hinting at it several times in the past couple of years. They said they've been working on it for several years, and they've got an announcement to make at E3. It's Metroid, and if and when Metroid is announced, it's over, baby. It's over. But let's moving on. The charging port location for the Switch is questionable. It's on the bottom of the console, and it's like, why would you do that? Why? Yeah, thanks, Ghost. He's like, why would you bring a tank to space? Why would you put the charging port on the bottom of this handheld console? It's like, damn, Daniel. Question marks. What you talking about? What do you mean, Nintendo? Just a really weird decision. And yeah, the accessories are ludicrously priced. The dock for the console is $90. It is a $90 accessory. That is absolutely not worth $90. I've opened up the dock. What's in there is a short little a circuit board that's basically for the HDMI port and the USB ports. That's all that's on there. And the AC port, of course, so you can charge the thing. That's all that's in there. That's not worth $90. Some of the conspiracy theories about that are that Nintendo, according to some of the leaks about the Switch before it was officially announced, and were that the charging port for one of the proprietary things they're working on is a charging port that has a dedicated graphics card in it, so that you can hook the Switch up and then suddenly it'll start rendering using the GPU and CPU on the port, which would allow, for higher resolutions, better graphics and stuff like that. And the big reasoning for why that is because the Nintendo Switch is based off of NVIDIA's Tegra architecture. So think the NVIDIA Shield. The NVIDIA Shield already has something akin to that where you can plug it into a port and it'll utilize more power and put out better graphics. So it's a possibility. And although that hasn't been confirmed yet, wait, are we all using... Is everybody using corrective measure? Because if so, I can swap over to corrective measure.
Oh yeah, correct.
I mean, it's the best legendary void in the entire game. At least I think.
No question mark at the end of that statement.
Still
But-
is.
For Dark Drinker.
Well, yeah, Dark Drinker. Well, that's not
Oh, it's an
legendary.
exotic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exotic.
Yeah.
But so there's rumors that Nintendo might have eventually announced a new port, maybe with a new iteration of the Switch, that does have an upgraded version of like the Tegra X2 or something in it, so that when you plug the Switch into the dock, so you can play on your TV, it'll be able to run games at a higher frame rate or with higher graphical fidelity, which I think would be cool. I would spend money on it because I've got a Switch. I can go ahead and tell you, it's a fantastic mobile experience.
Yeah, just
Like,
go ahead and get that one to Jordan, and then just buy yourself the new one.
buy a new one and then get the new dock or whatever. Or if the normal Switch works with the dock, that'd be cool too. Wait,
Yeah, that would actually warrant a $90 dock.
That would warrant a $90 dock or more, man. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll see if that's actually going to happen. Twitch Steel says, yeah, sure, let me pay $80 for a controller, more for an actual Joy-Con charging grip, necessary screen protector, dock. I'm still getting one, though. Dude, the accessory prices, like, I love Nintendo. They're my favorite gaming company. My channel used to be an exclusively Nintendo channel over on YouTube. You guys know I'm a Nintendo fanboy. The accessory pricing for the Nintendo Switch is gosh darn ridiculous. It's like, you look at the accessory prices for that thing, and it's like, what in tarnation? What do you mean, Nintendo? Nah, B. But I all the same, I would still recommend a Switch. The Switch is a fantastic console. I absolutely sign off with the gimmick. It's good. Being able to pick that thing up and like take Zelda anywhere feels good.
Battery life isn't too bad, honestly.
I mean, it's 2.5 hours for a game like Breath of the Wild. Not bad.
They pushed the console to its limit when they made
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, so I'm not too mad about it. Also, I love how Duke's just out there fighting, and we're just sitting here just like...
We're cheesing. Like scared little men. Oh, the only bad thing about this hand cannon is that it's got 7 shots. That's it. Everything else feels great. It's so sticky. Hey, Blue Fairy Gamer. Oh my. Welcome to the stream. Bye. Bye. What the? What in tarnation? Ha. How did that not hit?
Oh,
I got you.
We got swarmed.
that captain was not having any of it.
You're looking like a middle school running back playing in the NFL. You just got swarmed.
Swarmed.
He's got the pigskin. Get him. Where is Alice? Ooh.
Weapons bubble in the back. Jeez. I don't think he deserved that Nova Bomb.
I did.
How unfortunate. Jeez. Schmelted.
You will be Stutler.
Get Shrek'd.
Catch my bags.
Let me catch that. You guys want this heavy? Of course you do. You're using corrective measure.
Yes.
Boss.
Hey, listen. That's what Blue Fairy Gamer reminds me of. Shiloh, on that Navi life.
Battle is better in every single way. Kappa. No Kappa.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said Tattle was better in every single way.
Boy, do I need to catch the next flight up to Georgia and slap you directly in your face?
I'm going to treat you to a nice juicy burger, yeah.
I'll take the burger, but I still might have to slap you directly in the face. Not on the side of the head, not like a little bit on the forehead, directly in the face.
So, I get pushed like one of the Namics.
Yes.
So you're in number 5.
Correct.
So you shoved one of the kids.
I'm going to shove the other one. No, stop.
Slap my goddamn head.
All right, so verdict on this whale feels good. Like it feels really sticky. I don't know what the base aim assist. By the way, Mayday, thank you so much. Tattle was a punk. She was a punk. Don't you ever doubt Link. Don't you ever in your life doubt Link. But
Kappa. No Kappa.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you frontin'.
No cap.
But I don't know what the base aim assist on the whale is, but it feels really sticky. Like, that hidden hand, you can feel it. I know the base aim assist on, like, the Ayasuna is like 50. Hold on, let me pull up dim.
You want to back out and do the daily story? Or the weekly story to get the extra treasure, or you just want to do weeklies?
What strike is this?
Tanix.
Oh, I can kill Tanix. I don't mind that.
I mean, it's perfect Tanix.
Aim assist is on Palindrome is 70. The whale is 77. No wonder.
Right, your stick?
Big. I like it. 10 more minutes till Iron Banner. Let's go, baby. Although, as soon as Iron Banner goes live, that's when my stream ends.
I'm gonna get smelted. Void burn. Owie. Ow.
Yo, Kaizuke just subbed with Twitch Prime. He's been subbing for 6 months in a row. Welcome back, Guardian, with that Twitch Prime sub. You keep the light alive, and it's great to have you here. Thanks so much for the sub, brother. I gotta say, I'm real disappointed that nade didn't just immediately explode everyone down there.
Oh no.
Bad time.
Not good enough.
Oh, Ogre Man? There to give you a hug?
I'm jumping over everything.
Doesn't matter how fast. Doesn't matter how fast you run. You can't outrun smell.
There's enough Old Spice in the world to keep away that smell.
Then how does Sean keep away Jordan?
It's a constant struggle.
Is it? Power struggle.
Oh,
It's a power struggle. Yo, Nikishia, good to see you. Girl says she keeps trying to watch the stream, but I keep getting interrupted by work. I know that feel, although I'm trying to make stream my work, which would be lovely.
Rip. Your sacrifice will not go unnoticed. I appreciate you, dude.
That tether's it.
Gave his life, not for honor, but for dubs.
Yep.
Exactly.
Talks. How is that possible?
I'll make diamonds from your ashes, dude. And I'll take them into battle.
What will that accomplish?
Sean knows.
I got that reference. I understood.
Thank you.
By the way, I'm glad you're finally getting your mileage out of that game.
Well, I mean, you did buy it for me like 2 years ago.
Correct.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey.
Hey, Charlie!
Hey, Charlie! Hey! Charlie!
Tanix, figure it out, dude. Figure it out.
I think he just boarded. Nope. Is he still there? Nope. He's fighting dude.
He's up here with me. He did port, and then he teleported back. Come on. Come on in!
Become immune already. Wow. Okay, now he's immune. My last bullet. Stop.
Get some help.
Down.
Rush, rush, rush!
Spray.
Iron Lagger, my Distant Star. Yeah, Distant Star is going to be on sale, as well as the Branded Lord. A lot of people sleep on the Branded Lord because it's in the fast charge rate archetype of fusions. So it's got a very strict bolt to kill. You need to land 6 bolts in order to get a 1 burst kill, which can be really, really difficult. But the thing is, it's so sticky. Like the coil spread on it's so sticky that I find it really easy to land those 6 bolts. Like
Wow.
I love that archetype.
I learned something new today.
What's that?
That's Scorch Cannons bypass immune status.
Really?
Yup, he had a section of his, or a chunk of his health. Oh my god, grab the other Scorch Cannon. Where's the other man's? Oh, okay, you're getting Novid.
Nice.
That'll do, John. That'll do.
Oh. I'll hide here. In the corner. Oh, man.
Rip. How does it feel to have been killed by your own big smelly nade?
Give my life. Not for honor. For dubs.
Ow.
How does it feel, Sean?
Sidearms should not... It felt bad. Sidearms should not outrange hand cannons. I agree, but they do because Balance told Bungie to destroy the range stat on all hand cannons and to introduce a fundamentally non-functional thing called Bloom.
No, please, let's not talk about Bloom.
Fundamentally non-functional. It does not work. Oh, it's gonna be C Botanics.
I
Ew.
told you what it was.
Ew.
You're
Right
insistent.
here.
You're like, I like Tanics. I'm like, you don't like C Botanics. No one likes C Botanics.
This is true. I don't like C Botanics.
C Botanics is when your girl is like that time of the month. It's like, oh, you like your girl, but not that time of the month.
John, you have trouble with women, don't you?
More than you know, friend.
Oh my goodness.
Should be back right of the battlefield. Yeah, I see it.
Oh no.
I got a weapons bubble up on stairs.
Alright, we got one last node up.
Yeah, it's on back right near you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down. Ooh. Where is he? Dunk.
In the usual spot. Alright, you ran.
As is customary. Fight me. Are you alright, Duke?
I don't want to die.
Rick Tan.
You can, dude.
Down. Nope, wait, one more.
One more.
Almost.
It's down, and so am I.
Oh no, I got
Do
you.
it.
Tethered.
Finish it.
You can't. I can't.
Gotta believe.
There you go.
That was a dirty Nox, bro.
No steel
Very
medulla
nice.
adapt. I mean, I don't want to use the steel medulla. Although that would have been really good on this strike. With the bonus damage from Void Burn and the Tornado perk. Hey, hey. Give me a good auto rifle. Give me a good auto rifle. Do
I'm
it.
going to get.
I mean, at this point, I've got so many Siva or skeleton keys. Like, I could just throw them at things.
What do you mean?
But all right, go ahead and get on out of here. Take us
So you don't
back
want to hear
to.
the story?
Well, I mean, it's like 12:57, so
Oh,
no.
you made that choice.
I mean, I just got to end the stream. I'm still probably gonna run the story so I can at least get my my free stuff.
I'm not. As soon as the stream's over.
Back to Metal Gear. Although you need to get on Final Fantasy and finish your patch, dude.
I'm like right there.
So am I. Do it.
I'm at Balser's wall.
Do
I'm
it.
right there.
Do it. Do it as soon as you go offline. Do it.
I'll think about it.
You'll do it is what you'll do.
I'll think about it.
Hey, Vex at least says, can I edit a PD montage? I mean, nobody's stopping you.
Gonna be a montage, Sean?
You sure can edit a PD montage, absolutely.
Montage of all of our terrible loot drops.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll just we'll revive the old salty sweet for just all of the terrible 3 of coins drops.
Just have clown music playing over it.
Quick, someone get John a Nameko. He needs one. He needs his Namekian queen.
I'd rather be single.
That's too bad, because you got one now. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap things up here. Ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much going to be it for today's live stream. In just a few minutes, the Iron Banner will be going live. Nim is going to be taking over. I imagine he's probably going to be doing Iron Banner with viewers. I have to leave to go do both the Iron Banner video and the vendor recommendations for this week. There's going to be a lot of them. There's a lot of really good weapons on sale this week, like what we talked about a little bit earlier in the stream. But that's going to be it for today's live stream, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Probably going to be doing King's Fall. We'll have a group together to run that. And then if we've got a bunch of extra time at the end, maybe we'll do an Iron Banner match or two, just to have a little bit of fun in there. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see some more from me, you can, of course, follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at TheBlackLink. If you guys are on the PD channel right now, hold on. There you go. We've got a couple of links to my usual spots. You can follow me over on those places. If you guys are on the YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so. If you enjoyed what you saw here, and subscribing to the channel is just going to get you a bunch more of the type of L's you've already seen today. And if you want to see me fail a jumping puzzle, be there tomorrow for the King's Fall live stream. I always die on that first jumping puzzle. I always die on it. I'm gonna see if I can make it through this time without holding the Mega Man 2 Heatman L. Although no, Heatman stage wasn't that. Actually, is it? No, it's like the Dr. Wily jumping puzzle on.
No.
Yeah, man.
Heatman stage was over a chasm.
Yeah, that's Vault of Glass, man.
Wily stage wasn't over a chasm.
That's true. That is true. So we got to figure out what the connection here is. But anyways, I'm getting on out of here. Nim will be taking over in just a minute. Thank you, Hungy, for posting the link to the Planet Destiny Twitch page over on the YouTube channel. Oh man, Iron Banner should be going live. We'll be there to check her inventory in just a bit. Stay tuned to Planet Destiny's YouTube channel to stay caught up on all the guides that we've got going out today. But alright, it's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I love your faces. I'll see you all tomorrow. And as always, I am TheBlackLink. You Guardians, stay frosty. 6 days till E3, baby. 6 more days until we learn about Destiny 2. I can't wait.